Yeah, we are live. Awesome.
Awesome.
We have 48 people and there are a lot of people joining in.
Wow.
Super. I
Thank
think
you
it's
so much.
perfect
That
now.
makes me feel very good. It's almost
Awesome.
dinner time, so I'm glad that 48 people are here, and hopefully we'll have more people joining.
Yes, 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 yes. I'm really happy. So we'll start the session whenever you're ready, Sanjeev.
Yeah, let's do.
Hi everyone, welcome to this LinkedIn live session, my first LinkedIn live session representing VMaker AI. I'm super glad to be here, and this is all about creating bite-sized content for LinkedIn. And I'm really glad to have Sanjeev NC. I've known him since 2021. The reason why I really wanted, when we had actually planned for launch events throughout this month, and when we thought about this particular topic, I was like, we should definitely get Sanjeev because he is one of the content creators who already started, who have been creating video content on LinkedIn even before it was a thing, to say in the meme language, or even before the platform pushed video content. So, and not just a content creator, he's also one of the co-founders of Supermeme.ai, one of the super cool AI startups, homegrown startups actually. So, I'm really glad to have you here. And he also has over a decade of experience working in different teams. We'll talk about all that in a bit. So, I think that's where the business humor content comes from, right? So yeah, thank you so much for being a part of this session, Sanjeev, and also everyone who has joined in.
Thank you so much, Kavya. So, and the team has been very kind, and thank you for the kind intro. And I was very surprised to see all the memes promoting this LinkedIn Live. I was like, okay, I don't think even I would have put in that effort to promote my own event, but it was really good. So I'm very grateful. Just wanted to say thanks to everyone who posted about the event.
Yes, yes, yes. So the team is just the backbone of everything. So thanks to everyone in VMaker AI and also the extended team. So before we actually get into the questions, I just want to give a little introduction about why this session and why VMaker AI is hosting Sanjeevancy. So if you look at the title, the guest and VMaker AI, all three actually sync in very perfectly. So VMaker, a lot of people would have known VMaker as a screen recorder, but it is much more than that now. It's VMaker AI, which is an AI video editor. So there's a lot of things that you can know about video editor, but I would say in just one sentence, if I should summarize, it's one of the best friends for content creators. So when we wanted to create bite-sized content for for LinkedIn especially, or be it Instagram or TikTok or anywhere else, or even in any future platforms that we can see, I mean any other platforms. So we make a AI when we have to create when we came up with this idea, you were the first person who was on my mind. So this is why like the questions that I have now will actually tell you why VMaker is going to talk about bite-sized content. So we'll just get into the questions, Sanjay. Yeah. So the
Yes.
first question I have is definitely about Supermeme.ai. Is there voice sync, sorry, lag, or is it perfect?
I mean, it's fine for me, so I'm assuming it's fine for the people as well.
Okay. So yeah. So first question is about Supermeme.ai. So again, just like how I told that you're one of the front runners of video content creation, even with Supermeme.ai, you launched this tool in 2022, even before Gen AI or ChatGPT was a thing, right? So I want to know, you have spoken about Supermeme.ai in multiple talk shows or webinars and podcasts before, but I want you to tell about this to our audience here.
Okay. So the story of Super Meme AI starts in two places, two separate places. So one is mine, where I had joined the product folks no code cohort, where the task for you is you build up the no code product, and the product that I chose was a meme generator, where not a meme generator actually, a meme search product, where if you enter an emotion, you get a meme out of it. And then parallelly, Ramsey was doing his bit on AI memes. So he was the one
Hmm.
who actually thought of AI memes because, like you said, it was pre ChatGPT, which means I didn't know much about. I didn't even know that the concept of generative AI or ChatGPT or anything. So he was working on that.
Mm.
And how Ramsey and I connected was through a LinkedIn creators program. And how I got onto the LinkedIn creators program was because I was posting videos. So the origin story of
Mm.
all that goes back to me posting videos. Because I posted videos, I was connected to Ramsey. And because I was connected to Ramsey, he saw my work, I saw his work. And then we got on a call. And then we brought in Nico, Ramsey knew him from Twitter. And then
Mm.
we then started a WhatsApp group. And we've
Mm.
been operating out of that WhatsApp group for 2 years. We've not met each other at all. So we just like we have like one or two Zoom calls once in a while, but most of the work just happens on WhatsApp.
Okay. So, yeah, as I told you about the front runners, now I just want to ask you, dive right into your LinkedIn profile, or you as a content creator especially. So we know what you have been doing on LinkedIn all this while, but my question is, if you were to start something from scratch, or if you have to start your LinkedIn journey from scratch, what would you do differently, or would you do anything differently at all?
I think I would post more, which is something that I'm trying to do a lot. I would post like I would almost do one video a day. Like that is
Hmm.
that is something that I wish I had done because when I started, I was very new to videos. I have not done like a
Hmm.
video at all. And like even now, if you go into my LinkedIn and look through the videos, there is one video from 2017 or 18 which is a video about why you should do videos. That is the only video I did, and after that I didn't do any videos. So I thought, okay, this is too hard. And after that, I
Hmm.
found like humor videos and I started doing it. So I think I would just post more consistently. I would just post like almost every day. I think that is one thing that I would do differently.
Got it. So, like when it comes to video, be it bite-sized or even long-form videos, even if you want to create in the future, I have this one particular question based on your experience. So you have more than a decade of experience where you have worked across multiple teams, starting from customer success to sales to marketing, product management, across multiple teams. So I'm pretty sure you would have seen a lot of trends come and go. So over these years. So I just want to know, when it comes to this short form content, especially on LinkedIn, right now, do you see this as a trend that would die down eventually, or is it going to be here forever, or is it going to shake things up? What is your take on short form content?
Okay. So, okay, when you look at a trend, right? When you look at a trend, there is usually a macro trend that covers it. Like, for example, if you're looking at like videos on LinkedIn or short form videos on LinkedIn, the reason they are becoming popular is because
Mhm.
like platforms like Instagram and TikTok have made short form content popular. And at the end of the day, it's the same people consuming content on all these platforms. So I would say
Mhm.
the short form videos trending on LinkedIn is a lagging indicator of Instagram and TikTok becoming popular. And like then the question becomes, do you see Instagram and TikTok going away, or do you see that as a fad dying down? It doesn't look like it, right? Like it's now the default way in which, and that's why YouTube got in shorts. That's why LinkedIn
Mhm.
now has like videos, and LinkedIn is promoting short form videos. The macro trend there is people's attention span have come down to 15 seconds to 60 seconds.
Mhm.
That's the kind of videos
Mhm.
that they want to consume, and doesn't matter where they are. Doesn't matter if they're on Twitter, if they're on LinkedIn. It doesn't matter
Mhm.
like if they're on emails or like that's a macro trend. And the micro trend there is the same people are also like in business, and the same people are also consuming content. So I don't see this as a trend that's going away. I see this as
Mhm.
something that creators and businesses have to optimize for. Now if that's what they
Mhm.
want, then it's up to us to give it to them. And that's the same logic that I
Mhm.
look at memes also, right? Like when we started out, let's say uh, 10 years ago, memes wouldn't be professional, but now they are being used in emails, they're being used in social medias. If you go back 20 years ago, probably GIFs wouldn't be professional, but then they slowly became.
Mhm.
If you go 30, 40 years, emojis might not have been professional in like emails, but then they're now regular. And like Slack, you react with so much emojis, right? So I see videos and I see memes as this kind of trend where it is now a part of reality, and then we just have to optimize around it.
Got it. So even if it's, as you said, even if it is going to stay here, we call it bite-sized content. But the time
Mhm.
it takes to create that content, from ideation to publishing, that is definitely not the bite-sized. That would not fit into that umbrella, because it really takes a lot of time. So when we actually developed VMaker AI, that was the idea behind it, where we wanted to
Mhm.
decrease the time to content factor. Like it
Mm-hmm.
actually takes for a creator to edit it. We make that like not so interesting things, or maybe even the creative process easier for people to uh, add in their videos, be it like b-rolls or subtitles and text and all that factor. You would have also seen our videos for the promotion and all that.
Yep.
So now as a content creator, what is your methodology to save time on creating videos? So what is your process of video creation like?
Okay. So the only thing that worked for me is I do everything on my phone. Like I record on my phone, I
Mm,
edit on my phone, I publish on my phone. So it just removes the resistance completely. I don't like to transfer it on my laptop, edit it there, or publish it there, schedule it. So if I don't do that, I don't do videos. Like for example, there are videos I've recorded, I've transferred to my laptop, never got to editing them. It's just there, and I don't even
mm,
know where they are now. So I think what has worked for me is removing the resistance from every process. Like for example, I do one video. Earlier I used to do shoot multiple videos, combine them, and then like edit them. And then I realized I don't like doing that. So then I just hit record and I do everything there. So it's a 15-16 minute video, which I then condense into 60-second video. And
mm.
I used to earlier do subtitles manually, like before, like all these AI tools were there.
Okay.
I stopped doing that because it is too lazy and increased time. So now there are tools. Like I know that VMaker also does this. So now there are tools that do that. So now that makes it easy. So anything that has resistance where I feel like should I do it, I eliminate that, and that usually helps in keeping this fast.
Okay, so you actually personalized your, uh, you know,
Yeah.
uh, creation process to whatever that
Yeah,
suits your budget.
I never upgraded my kit. Like I shot an iPhone 11 in 2020, and that's what I've been using for at least till the last 2 months. Like now I have a 14 Pro, but then it never occurred to me that okay, now I'm doing videos, I have to go for a better camera, get a better mic. I have a
Mm,
phone and I have like one mic, and I usually just use my AirPods because the mic also increases resistance. So it's all about making it
mm.
easy for you to record and making it easy for you to publish, and also obviously edit.
Got it. So this is like the one-liner is that if it works for you, keep it. Just don't,
Yeah. So
double
the
down on it.
result, the goal is, are you getting your videos out? If you're not getting your videos
Mm.
out, then you go aim for that. Then don't change anything.
Got it. So now let's talk about AI tools in general, Sanjeev. So I am a social media marketer. I have worked with few brands and also personal profiles. Irrespective of whom I'm working with, there is one problem that I always face when it comes to content creation. It's like creating the image or editing videos, especially. But obviously, getting approval is one task. I mean, high cost, but still that it happens, and you might also have faced similar problems. So during this, like I started in 2020, but then during these 3 years, I have just like how you mentioned that you use another AI tool for subtitles. I also use Supermeme.ai. I also use VMaker AI, and I see these AI tools as sidekicks or little helpers for
Mhm.
content creators, and not essentially as a threat. So, what do you
Mhm.
think about these AI tools? I mean, obviously, I represent VMaker AI, and you are the co-founder of Supermeme.ai. But I want you to answer to this question as a content creator in general.
Okay. So basically, Supermeme.ai is my replacement. That is, I am a meme creator, and Supermeme.ai is like it should eventually replace me. Then that's when I've succeeded as a founder of Supermeme.ai, right? But again, see, the way to think about this is, and this is an example that I always use, when,
Hmm.
let's say, calculators were invented, accountants would have felt very threatened, right? Because up until that point, their value would have been measured on how quickly are you able to calculate math in your head, like how quickly are you able to, do mental math. But once calculators came in, it's not like the accountants disappeared, right? It's not like people, like,
Hmm.
they, calculators
Yeah.
help them do the job faster. And that's how I see AI
Hmm.
tools as well. It can never replace you. It can definitely make the grunt work go away. So,
Hmm.
like for example, with meme creation, right? I use Super Meme regularly, and it's not like I take everything that it gives me. I do my modification, but then I can't go and claim that okay, Super Meme.ai is completely going to replace me. But even though that is what I'll aim for, like I will continue building Supermeme.ai until it becomes a autonomous meme creator. Like it should just
Mm-hmm.
generate memes and it should be fine. That's my goal. But then it is an utopian goal. I don't think it'll ever get there. But I should keep striving for that. So, and let's say
Mm-hmm.
even if I get there, I feel my job then becomes giving input and it is still dependent on my input. So there is always a
Mm-hmm.
role that creators will play, and these tools will always make it easier but never completely disappear. If you are completely
Exactly.
disappearing as a creator because of an AI tool, that means that you're not a good creator. Like that means that you haven't found
Mm.
your specialty in it yet.
Mm-hmm. Got it. So this actually reminds me of one of the answers that our founder has given during one of such live sessions. So where the idea behind VMaker AI is that it's not to replace content creators, but back in the day, even before this AI tools or even full-blown video editors have come into existence, what people used to do is uh, they do not just sit and create videos by themselves. For example, a student in the dorm room of a college, they will have a crowd near them, so they'll be having suggestions from me. Friends will be giving you suggestions to
Yeah,
add this movie clip or this and all that. So we actually like not just replace the content creator, but replace that helping gang, so like help for the content creator in general. So this was the idea. So I think it all boils down to the idea behind that particular product, and also how the audience sees it, how the audience adapts to it. Got it. So now I'm actually getting into your content creation style. So each creator has their own style, right? Like Mr. Beast has a specific type of content creation, like with flashy text and all that, and Ali Abdal has that. So one trend that I have noticed in your profile is conversational style. So I really need, maybe I would ask a candid answer for this. So what is the reason behind that conversational style of content? Is there any specific reason behind it?
before that, I'm just still processing the fact that you mentioned me along the same lines of Mr. Beast and Ali Abdal. I definitely don't think, but again, that is like to illustrate the point that makes sense. Everyone has their own style. See, for me, the reason I started creating these videos um, is that
Mm-hmm.
okay. Actually, started. I wanted to create a regular. Like I was actually watching Ali Abdal videos back then when I was creating the videos,
Mm-hmm.
and I bought tripod. I bought like a mic, and then I had this all set up. The goal was to create a productivity video, like how to take notes
Mm-hmm.
when you read books, something like that. Recorded that video, 5 minutes, edited it, watched it. It sucked. I know that no one's gonna watch this. It's like a completely boring video, and I don't know, like, I wasn't ready to put it out. So then what I did was then I really wanted to do something because I had all this set up, and that's when I saw Alexis Gay. She's a stand-up comic based in New York. So she did a video on tech, very similar to what I do. Actually, she's the inspiration source for my video. So that is where the style came. So I took her style,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a very popular style. A lot of people do that. So I took her style, and what I wanted to illustrate was what I was seeing. And I was a product manager. I was seeing and doing things that I wasn't very proud of. And I know that from the outside it might look funny, and I was also observing a lot of things happening in meetings. And I have, like, 10 years of corporate experience. I've been in a million meetings. I've observed a lot of things. I wanted to call them out, not because, like, hey, this is something, not to make fun, but just to say that this is how ridiculous it looks when you say something like that. Like, let's not do that. Let's just
Mm-hmm.
focus on what matters, and let's not do things because that's how we've been doing this for so long. So my style is that I observe things that are bad habits and I try to call it out in
Mm-hmm.
a funny way. If those habits are not good for you, then you shouldn't stop doing it. But how do you know that they're not good for you is when you see yourself doing it. So that's my intent of
Mm-hmm.
the video.
Got it, got it, got it. So now, before I get into the next question, Sanjeev, I just want to tell to audience who are here, thank you for staying with us. So I just want to know if any of you have any questions, please do drop that in the comments, and Sanjeev will be answering to your questions. It can be anything about video content creation, or content creation in general for LinkedIn, anything of that sort. Please do drop your questions in the comments, people. So
And if you have
the
questions about
next question.
VMaker, Kavya can answer.
Obviously, anytime. So the next question I have is the obvious one. So can you give some tips for new content creators? There will be some differences, be it based on the niche or the kind of platform, or even kind of content that they are comfortable with. There could be many or multiple reasons behind it, but there are certain rules that is similar when it comes to content creation. So I just want you to give a few tips. So I just want you to give some tips for new content creators, Sanjeev.
Okay. So I think it has to start with a philosophical question, right? Why do you want to create content? Is it because everyone's creating content, or do you really have something to share? And I feel
Mm,
like a lot of people start for the first reason where, okay, everyone's posting videos, let me also post videos, and that's not going to get you long because you will run out of things to say. So, like, what people have to realize that content is a way of expression, which means it should be grounded in some sort of truth that you want to put out. Like, for example, for me,
mm,
it was the absurd and the weird stuff that I was observing around me in meetings. That's where it started.
mhm,
And also,
mhm.
even deeper down, I really wanted to call out the fact that product management is a confusing role and product management is struggling because it's a confusing role. So I
I
really
remember
wanted
that.
to, yeah, I really want to talk about that problem. So this is my way of expressing. So it's not. I didn't start
Mm,
by saying I want. In fact, I did start by saying I want to create content. That was the productivity video, which didn't take me long. Like I realized that it is not going to do well because the reason there was wrong. Like I wanted to do
mm,
videos because I saw Ali Abdul doing videos, and I think back then he was at 1 million subscribers. Like I was following
mm.
him from way before, right? So that will not
And
take
he
you.
was a doctor.
Yeah, when he was a doctor. Yeah. So I think that's the first thing. Like figure out why you want to do content. Everything else will follow. Because the logistics honestly
Mm,
doesn't matter. Like what camera do you use? What form? Like do you use
mm.
this tool or that tool? How do you edit? I think all that doesn't matter. The important thing is why do you want to do content?
True. I think this reminds me of my post that I posted today. Like we have a few content creators being exposed about some of the things they claimed and all that because they do that for virality. So I think it's
Yeah.
important to be authentic as a not
Yes.
as a seasoned content creator, or even it is easy to do it when you are actually starting out. So being authentic it easier. So before I move on to the next question, shall we answer the questions that we have in the comments? So
Yep.
Kevin is actually asking, why isn't Sanjeev using meme in the background?
There you go.
I think this is the classic meme. Yeah. And then
Yeah,
this
this is my
next
usual
question.
virtual background. So here it is.
Yeah. So the next question is from Praveen Simon. So he's asking, I'd like to ask, how did you stay consistent? I guess that's the hardest part for new content creators.
Yeah. So the first 6 videos was every Sunday. So that was just a rule that I created for myself. Every Sunday I have to post a video. And my
Mm,
second video when I posted, I was extremely sick. But somehow I just
mm,
felt like it. But again, after that, I've never been consistent. I've always done videos and I felt like it. So what has helped is I always have a backlog of videos. So the reason that people are not able to
mm,
stay consistent is when you have motivation to do something, you don't know what to do. And when you
mm,
have ideas, you don't have the motivation. So one way to short circuit that
mm,
is always have a backlog of videos ready. So when the time comes, you will exactly start.
mhm,
So what I do is I have a list of videos and a script ready. So whenever I can
mhm,
record videos, I just open it, record it, and edit it. So that way, I'm not like
mm,
creating another layer. Okay, I have to sit and write the script. Like I might get creators block. So I just decouple that process, and that will usually work for me.
mm. Got it, got it, got it. So I think that answered your question, Praveen. So next we have a question from Shashank. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. So how to know
Prashant is
if your
also a
content is
friend.
actually... Oh, hi, Shashank. So how to know if your content is actually funny?
People will tell you. I mean, that's the only way for us to know the validation that you get from people, right? For me, LinkedIn has been
Mm-hmm.
extremely kind for me. So when I posted the video
Mm,
first, I posted it on Twitter and not on LinkedIn because I thought, okay, no one's gonna see these videos on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a professional network, like I can't post stuff on LinkedIn. And someone actually,
mm,
and I sent it in my newsletter, and then someone
mhm,
commented on my newsletter post saying you should post this video on LinkedIn. So I shared the newsletter on LinkedIn, and then they posted. And when I posted on LinkedIn, my first video was I think it got about 1,000 likes, and everyone just commented saying it's funny. I think that is a validation. When you
Mm.
post something and people say it's funny, that's what you can take as funny. And also the audience, right? For example, I'm sure if you and like Shashank used to be a stand-up comic, so he'll know this. When let's say this video, if a stand-up comic sees it, they may not find it funny because it's not relevant to them. So my audience will find
Mm.
it funny, and that's what I'm creating this video for. So it's about your audience and are they finding it funny, and that's the measure.
Mm. Got it, got it. So yeah, the answer is in the comments, or people will just tell it right on your face, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah. The next question is again from Praveen Simon. He is saying, "Hi. So, as you said, short forms and memes are part of reality right now. I feel like some people on LinkedIn hate to see memes and short form videos on their feed. What do you think about this?" So, this is actually something that I can relate to. Even I was one
Hmm.
such person back then when, people were actually posting some image for the sake of it. And then like some selfies or working from the cafes and all the like fancy work desktop and all that.
Hmm.
But there would be no connection when it comes to your picture and the content that you're talking
Hmm.
about. So there will be always this target group that thinks like this. So what do you think about this?
I think there are like two parts to it, right? So the first, I mean, the
Hmm.
the outer layer is that you're always going to have people who will want to game the system. Like by gaming the system here, if let's say LinkedIn starts promoting images, you will see people posting images. That's just the nature of the game.
Hmm.
Like whenever behavior is rewarded, more people will start doing it. But the initial reward would have been for the right intentions. But after that, you cannot stop people from doing that because you've rewarded that behavior. More people will do it. And second part of the question is, see, it's not about what people like or don't like. At some point,
Hmm.
like every trend will start like this. That every trend will have that early wedge stage where you try something new, which was for me the funny part on LinkedIn. Like it's not even videos; it's just being funny on LinkedIn. I thought was not a thing at all. Like Rahul Subramaniam was the only guy who was doing it. Like apart from that, I didn't
Yeah.
come across any sort of like funny like creator. It's like with
Hmm.
relevancy to the LinkedIn audience. The reason Rahul was popular because he was doing comedy on Office, and that's what I was also doing.
Hmm.
So as long as you find that right connect, if it works for your audience, they will accept it. And now, if you like, fast forward so many years, now if you look at LinkedIn, there are so many niche, funny content creators. Like there are so many people who do just that. The reason for that is
Hmm.
the audience have accepted that okay, I want to see comedy about B2B. So let's say, and that is now becoming a trend, and that is on the rise. Let's take another example. Let's say you have someone who's only been posting images with no captions, no value, or thing.
Hmm.
That trend is not going to
Hmm.
take off. It's not going to be accepted by people, and it
Hmm.
will slowly die out. So LinkedIn and to an extent, people will determine what lives and what doesn't live. And let's say, and obviously
Hmm.
there are going to be exceptions. There are going to be people who are going to be against the trend. There are going to be people who will hate it.
Hmm.
They'll hate it when it's early. They'll hate it when it's popular. You can't do anything about it. It's
Hmm.
about your conviction, and it's about like I say, I bet on videos assuming that it's going to take off. So and it did. So it worked out well for me. And yeah, I did have people who told me that like why are you making fun of product managers? They're also people. And like I'm also a product manager, so I understand. But the intent it's just that they didn't get the intent behind my video. They thought I was making fun of them,
Hmm.
but
Hmm.
I was
Hmm.
actually trying to call out that problem. So that's always going to be there, and we can't do anything about it.
Got it. People are gonna talk, people are gonna say, but it's
Yeah.
about you and your objective. Got it. Awesome, awesome. So, next question we have is apart from the content, what is that one important visual thing in the video we need to focus on?
I am very bad at that because I have absolutely no visual sense. Like as in, I don't know when things look good or don't look good. So what I ensured was that I just looked at other content creators and copied and what they were doing. That's the only thing that I knew how to do. But I would say instead of visual, optimize for the practicality. Like by that, what I mean is when you have
Mhm.
like say when you have a video, just make sure that you leave space on top so that the heading can go there. And when if you want to include subtitles, just make sure that there is nothing happening here
Hmm.
and the subtitle
Happening
is
here,
legible.
exactly.
So stuff like that. The let's say it's not. see, some people are really good at visualizing like things. They know
Hmm.
exactly what will look good. I
And
don't have that
storyboard
skill,
too,
and I
yeah.
accept that. Yeah, I accept that. I know that I don't have those skill. I can't pick colors. I can't pick backgrounds. I can't. I don't know. But then, if the content is good, it will carry it forward. Like at the end of the day, the core content of what you're trying to communicate, if that comes across, then you don't have to think too much about it. I'm not saying they're not important, but don't
Hmm.
sweat over it. Like don't spend too much time
Got
figuring
it.
that part out.
Got it. I think to add to whatever that you said, of course, content is king. But from whatever that I have observed, like working on other social media handles or even for VMaker, is that the hook comes very important. Like how you attract not just with the content but also visually,
Hmm.
like adding the right
Yeah.
B-rolls or adding right subtitle there or asking like using the right GIF there. So that actually
Hmm.
becomes very important. But as you said, like it is very important to have that brand image. Like now, if I think about Sanjeev, I know this is going to be the conversational video. Like we are used, I mean, because we always look forward to that, and like people are so used to, watching your videos. They know that okay, so that's how branding works, and that's how yeah, I have cracked the code to this. So yeah, I think that answers the question. And next one we have is how to create viral content from your experience. Is it the quality of content that gets the likes, or is it the consistency? I think this question goes very well with LinkedIn. So I really want to know about
I
this.
think it's quality. I think consistency will help in brand. Like it'll help you like what you said, right? It'll help you associate a brand with yourself, and people keep seeing that over and over again. I think the
Hmm.
quality of content is the one because, like I said, my first video got 1,000 likes, so I can't attribute that to consistency. I'm just posting for the first time, but I don't know if there's an algorithm factor to it. I don't know if, let's say, maybe like I hear that some algorithm reward you if you keep posting. I don't know that, but I believe like quality of content should get the likes, and consistency should help you build the brand. Like if you keep doing it over and over again, you start associating that person with that brand. And
Hmm.
like one way to actually do that, what I did was I reshared all my videos at least. I think some of my videos I've reshared 3 or 4 times, and it's the third
Hmm.
time that when it actually took off. So, like that also is
Hmm.
consistency, where it's not like you have to create something new again and again. You just have to show up. You just have to be
Repurpose it.
present
Hmm.
a lot.
Got it, got it. I think the next question is extension of this. How did you feel the moment you realized your video was going viral for the first time?
I was surprised. I was like, okay, so looks like there is an audience for this, because like I said, right, I was very hesitant about posting this video on LinkedIn
Hmm.
because it is like, okay, what will people say, like the usual inhibitions. But when I saw
Mhm.
that people are taking it positively, I was surprised, and I was also feeling a little bit relieved that okay,
Hmm.
there is an audience for videos like this, and let me do more of it. And see,
Hmm.
because I before this I was creating memes on Twitter, work memes, and that is also going viral and is doing well. There, it
Mhm.
is more fun. Like there is nothing at stake because I was doing Tamil memes and I was like making fun of office situations.
Hmm.
It is more for fun.
Hmm.
LinkedIn, because I was also active on LinkedIn, creating posting serious stuff.
Yeah.
Like I would post my thoughts. I would post the so-called thought leadership content. And I would do all that. So here, a lot more is at stake. So I was relieved that okay, people are taking this the right way.
Hmm. Got it. I think, well, comparing to other platforms, LinkedIn in particular is very supportive. Like people, they're not just being positive, but then they're supportive for new talent and new
Yeah,
content
that's true.
that you
That is
put
very
out.
true, and I have immense respect for all the connections from LinkedIn people because they're very very supportive and very encouraging. And
Hmm.
LinkedIn so far has been the most successful business driver for me. Like I also do these videos for other brands, and LinkedIn is
Hmm.
where I've gotten contacts and every time. So and like I said, right, I met Ramsey on LinkedIn, and it's because my videos
Yeah.
got that reach, and because so it creates serendipitous opportunities like you've never imagined. So, and it's because of the kind of people on LinkedIn who appreciated and who commented and who engaged with these kind of videos. So very grateful for that.
Okay, okay. So one of my connections actually dropped this question to me, like when I was telling them
Mm-hmm.
about you, because you are again like one of those people who are doing brand collabs on LinkedIn, but the
Mm-hmm.
content actually plugs in naturally and it stays true to your brand, your branding
Mm-hmm.
elements and all that. So actually, this the last question that I have. We are over the time. Like I planned the session for 30
Oh,
minutes,
okay.
but I'm
Nice.
really glad we are over 38 minutes now. So the
Nice.
question is, yeah. So the question is when it comes to brand collabs, especially what you're doing now. So do you take a different approach, or is it just like how that entire thing works out? And if a content
Mm-hmm.
creator wants to have brand collabs like that in the future, especially on LinkedIn, because in
Mm-hmm.
Instagram that's overall like a different game, different algorithm game. So what would you give like your 2 cents for content creators to
Okay.
crack brand collabs?
See, I think the moment you start getting noticed, you will have people approaching. That's what happened as well. So it's very rare that
Hmm.
someone goes viral and then they put out a post saying that I'm ready for brand collabs. You will know you're ready when someone asks you, saying that, hey, do you do these videos for brand? And that's what happened to me as well. And the first set of people who reach out to you will reach out to you because they want what you're posting. So they're not going to tell
Mm,
you that, okay, I want this from you. They're going to say, whatever you're doing, you do it for me. So then it's slightly easier because those are your believers and they believe in what you do. They're going to give you the creative freedom. As you grow, what will happen is you will get people who will want your content, but then they want it in their style. I think that's when, as a creator, you take a call. So there are times where I've turned down opportunities because I'm not comfortable, like, doing those videos. I want my
mm,
video to be like, my essence, and I will, it's my job to figure out a way to collaborate, to include that brand in that video, and I will do it in my
mm,
style. If you want it to be slightly different, let's say, and that's why we collaborate on scripts. And if things are not working out at the script level, I usually say, it's fine.
mm,
Like we'll probably find something else to collaborate on. So I think as a creator, you be consistent. You start getting noticed. I think it will kind of guide you on that direction. And like I would recommend staying true to your philosophy of why you start creating content. Otherwise, I mean, what's the point? But I understand sometimes, let's say if the opportunity is good and if you want to explore that, then
mm,
like
mm,
you can be flexible. You can work with the company. But for me, if let's say my face and my video is putting out, I want to make sure that it has my stamp on it. And if let's say something
mm,
deviates, then I'll not be and the content will not be good. So I know that, and I don't want
mm.
to risk the reputation because 4 or 5 of those, and people will start losing trust, and anything else that he posts in the future will also take a hit.
True, true, true. Exactly. So I think we answered all of the questions that we received
Yes,
here.
and
I
I
also
also want
emptied my
to
cup.
read out Prashant's comment. Sanjeev is the product manager version of Paridabagal. I'm very proud of that because I'm a huge Paridabagal fan. It's a YouTube channel for like those who don't know. It's a YouTube channel in Tamil Nadu, and they do like really amazing content, like comedy content. So thanks for that.
So people, if you want to appreciate a content creator, appreciate in memes or appreciate in video memes. So that's the way to make them happy. So yeah, we are over 41 minutes now. So I quickly have to say thank you, Sanjay, for taking the time out, uh, for talking to me and to VMaker audience. And not just that, I want to thank my team and my extended team and also the audience and community on LinkedIn for being so helpful and people who have stayed throughout the session. So, yeah, thank you, everyone,
Thank you so much.
throughout the session. So, yeah, thank you, everyone.